Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to find good things now? With technology, we have access to so much. However, despite all this convenience, somehow the world feels more shallow, less meaningful. And even though it's hard to describe it, this sensation makes the world is a simulation theory seem a bit more real. It makes you wonder if you are really living your life or some sort of imaginative bubble. Are we really experiencing things for ourselves, or is this just a pulse of somebody else's life? We can't really put our fingers on it, but what is it exactly that we are missing, and what is this longing for something we don't really know about? Is it your true life calling for you? So, what actually are we missing, and why does this happen? In Portuguese, we have a word called saudade. It is a strong feeling, almost translated as longing for something we had and will never get back. That sourness, that everyday sadness, wishing for a time that will never return. But what was that we were missing in the first place? We have become so drowned in technology, accessibility, and convenience that even without Google Maps or some sort of GPS we would be lost. Without knowing what are the latest trends and what is considered cool or cringy, we could not live our everyday lives rested that we would not make a fool of ourselves. Worst of all, think of all the memes. How could one laugh without those? This one's kinda legit though. Everything has a price, and humanity has come to realize that convenience and comfort require giving up some things. Things like taste and authenticity, for example, as I've discussed in previous videos. We now more than ever are bombarded with external imagery, thoughts and opinions every single day, or in worst case, every single hour. A few clicks or touches away. It takes seconds really, trespassing the limit of our human brain capacity, but for all that trespassing information, do we take any action in order to stop the leakage? The boat has so many holes that if you close one it seems water starts pouring out from somewhere else, and we don't even realize why. Our brain has limited processing power. It was not made to have 1,000 friends. It was not made to decide over 1,000 fashion genres which one will you choose to wear today, and it sure wasn't made to deal with emotion after emotion after emotion, brought up in video after video after video. Just like a storm that has come to the ocean in front of you, this technological revolution is not an easy thing to navigate. In the midst of it, you cannot see properly, and to make things worse, you also lost your compass. There are some things already documented in the map called science. Your body works in homeostasis. This means it is a system made to be in balance. Otherwise, it would not function properly. And as such, if you are constantly feeling emotion X, then your body and brain regulate themselves by taking that weight off the scale in order to regain balance and restore the harmony of the system. This is called hedonic adaptation. This mechanism triggers autonomously and doesn't give you any notification. After this, everything becomes worse because you are now navigating blind. How can you be aware of something your body has turned off? Without your senses, you then become trapped in a sort of kernel panic. Paralysis analysis is the term. The choice is so much and the margin for error is so big that without your senses you end up giving up on choice. The paradox of choice, this is called. More freedom doesn't make you happier, it makes you anxious. Access and convenience, the equivalent of the Titanic, seemed promising at first, but now we face ourselves with the iceberg and the disaster we all know. But alas, our savior, our quote-unquote friend that is always there for you even when real people cannot, the algorithms and technology, once again with an easy solution. Technology, like a parent or a god, will teach us the way, right? After all, we are senseless and blind. But how did we get here in the first place? Anyway, might as well get a template if we don't know what to choose. Let's see what other people have done. Is this the way to go? However, there is a glimmer of hope, a sacred ground yet to be discovered. Yourself. This sink or swim moment is in reality a ritual of passage for mankind, from the external to the internal, but how can we achieve such a feat? For all of you that don't remember, this storm started because of technology. Not to shit on technology and engineering, I think it's great really, but just like any other thing in life, we have gone from 8 to 80, and we have now to find the golden ticket. Moderation. I feel bad for younger generations because they don't remember the world without the internet, but they sure feel it. Maybe it is a genetic memory of sorts, but their DNA as humans know something is biologically wrong, if only because they know somebody is inside that shell we call body, and there is so much gold and spices and things of value to be discovered there. I mean potential. Sorry, I'm Portuguese, so if you know history, you know what I'm referencing here. If not, go look it up. It's good for you. Speaking of good things and turning this into a more positive video, have you ever heard of the phrase, we only value things once they're gone? This can actually be a good first step to discovering your true self. All this negativity, things like rejection, loneliness, all these scars we have inside create silhouettes for the path you want for yourself. Just like in a photo lens, a good contrast may make the image more focused. This may seem like a slow and hard process, but that's the thing. It is a trade-off. Everything has a price. By slowing down, you start to realize the details that were missing. You start to search, to imagine, to refine. This investment of time is what will sculpt your true self. This is what will create meaning. The ache of wanting something you can't fully grasp. But just like any discovery, it takes courage to face the unknown, especially when the unknown is yourself. But you will come to realize that it is the only way to move forward, because after that the path will become clear. You will know and feel if you are in the right direction, because you will know from your experience. And your experience will always make sense to you, so justifying the whys of taking a certain path will become futile. You'll intrinsically know if this was the right path for you. You are the hidden key, the compass needed to survive this storm. And it's not that glamorous, really. Just like in this game, as you can see, this journey is kind of empty, lonely even. Not very exciting, until it is, until you find questions, challenges. It is not easy, it's not a quick thing to do. Everybody sees the results, but they don't see the experiments, the failures. Most times, even the journeys to get there. Experiences, conclusions, all of them become yours. Some people might have landed there as well, but you have gone through them, through your own lenses. This comes from your internals, not externals, and suddenly the world becomes a more beautiful place because you start to look inwards, and all that negativity becomes a driving force. All the needs unmet, all the unfulfilled desires, trauma, all this becomes a reason for you to want something, or at least makes it transparent of what you don't want. You develop tastes, you feel it, you savor life, it becomes tied to emotions, to your inner core, to your true self, your soul. It's liberating. You have so much freedom, it becomes scary to explore the void, so much that you want to start to fill that void more and more. Like an empty house, you start to want to decorate it so it becomes more comfortable. You start to curate according to those rules, knowing that time stops for no one. So you move forward, knowing that this house too will change with time, and that's okay. That's good. Draw your own map, find your path, and maybe, who knows, you can even become a beacon of light for other boats out there. So, even if it makes you blind, go after that light. Find your path.